Hello, everybody.
Good morning,
Good morning, good day,
good evening,
good evening, wherever you
happy
are.
spring,
Happy
happy fall.
spring. Happy spring. Yeah. We hope everybody's doing well, riding these waves of energies, big energies. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a kind of constant hum kind of going on, a little inner. Yeah, it's very nice. You look very nice, baby K.
Thank you. For a Sunday morning. Working in the outdoor gym yesterday, spring has sprung, and yeah. So we're back from our trip. We were with some of you yesterday in our class and sharing some insights and things we got to play together and be together. And it was really quite extraordinary and all those magical things that nature does for us that we don't even realize. And we were also very blessed to have the guidance of the mamos and kind of guiding some of our pagamentos and offerings, which was really, really beautiful. And we're excited because they're coming in May. And that is now up on our website, and it'll direct you to our nonprofit website. There's two days, Saturday from 9 to 3 with the full group. There probably will be five. I think there'll be three mamos and two zagas. Could be different. And then Sunday will be 9 to 3 with the zagas for women and the healing. And so you have an option to do both or one or whatever you choose. And if you would like a personal healing session with them, it is translated. Sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's 45 minutes. Um, Sometimes it entails just them doing some clearing or telling you a story. We do have some openings for those, so just message us and those will be on Friday, May 16th, I think 17th, whatever that Friday is, and Monday the 19th. So,
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know who the Mamos and the Zagas are, these are the priests and priestesses of the indigenous tribes of the High Sierra Nevada mountains in Colombia. They still live the ancient ways, the tribal ways. They still have that connection to Mother Earth. They talk to the trees and the plants and I would like to call them shaman, but I think they're higher. Not higher is not the right word, but there's just this level of spiritual attainment, we shall say, that they achieve. I think then they get the title Mamos for the men and Zagas for the females. So we're blessed that they have reached out to us this year and would like to come to Pennsylvania as part of their trip. They do pagamentos. Their specialty is working with the waterways of the planet. But they work with all the elements,
mhm.
So um, yeah, they're coming in May. They picked that time. It's a very high time, electromagnetically for the planet. It's the planetary strongest electrical cycle, whereas probably November is the strongest magnetic cycle. So they're coming and they're going to be offering their tribal wisdom, which may seem like very simple stories, but it's all energy teachings. It's all energetic teachings. And so they come to one of their missions also, not just to work with the waterlays, is to work with the little brothers, the Westerners. We're the little
So we're the little
brothers.
brothers and
Yeah, we're the little
sisters.
brothers and sisters who um, could use the reconnection to the consciousness of Mother Earth. And I think that's what we're all, well, at least on this phone call, are merging more and more with the planetary consciousness and
Yeah.
realizing it's part of who our personal consciousness is too. So,
So the day, if you haven't come when they've been here before or traveled with us with them, it consists of storytelling and education as well as kind of ceremony and music. And so you can bring your instrument and play, and it's very lighthearted and joyful. And what I love about the Zagas, there's not a lot of information available about them. And they're kind of the keepers of time and the elements and hold that divine feminine energy, that the wisdom of the moon and the mysteries. And so they are a matriarchal society. So when the Zagas speak, they don't say much, but when they do, everybody listens. So it's a real honor that they're willing to come and travel and be with us because it's a lot on them energetically to come into our world, which is filled with electronics and cell towers and people's
And
emotional
dramas and
baggage.
TV and
Yeah, so
social media.
yeah, last time I think Mama Rodrigo had to clear 3 months. They kept sending him back up to the mountain, clear again, clear again. So it's a real honor to be
And
with
we
them.
must be doing something right because we keep getting more and more Zagas come.
Yeah.
First time was just the men, the mamos. Then we got one Zaga that came. Now we got two coming. So they're going to be doing their first ever. They've done an impromptu um, female wound healing program, which was so well received. They're like, well, we would like to do more of that. So they're going to do a program here on, I think it's this Sunday, yeah. And the men will
Hang out, watch football.
do a
No.
few personal session with All right, so that's good. Anything else to say about the energies?
I'll just say yesterday was a big day. I mean, I think where I'm feeling a little quieter. Yesterday was such an expansive high energy day that I feel like there's a settling and kind of an integration. So I I would go within your inner guidance system, but there was a big solar eclipse. It's in this arc. A lot of people are posting things about, your DNA upgrading and holding more light and all of these things. I was sharing yesterday about Nancy Rebecca and what she was talking about. And, no matter where you come at this, I think we're all pointing to the same thing. So there's big, big shifts happening and ease and grace, lots of water, good clean air. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is the time that I've been kind of waiting for the last 20 years, I guess we could say, where the DNA gets more and more activated. It starts to come online in a new way. And yeah, it's an extraordinary time to be in that. It's an extraordinary time. It's like percolating in the consciousness of humanity. And what's that going to look like for us? What are we going to have to leave? What are we going to have to drop? What are we going to have to let go of that allows our multi-dimensional self more expansion, more room here in our 3D vehicles. So I'm not sure that there's a whole much I have a whole lot to say about around the energies right now. I'm just kind of still in the
There's such a stillness this morning. I don't know if
yeah,
y'all are feeling
the
it. So
stillness and the
peace.
all of the eclipse yesterday was just still kind of integrating what those energies are and feeling this new pulse, this new wave. It's kind of like a very subtle, soothe wave that's kind of riding, we're just kind of riding it right now, integrating it. So I guess we could just meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what we love about this work is what I love about this work that with each of you that come on the calls together is we don't have a preset intuition or into download or this is what we want you to do. We just come together as a group wherever you are and what comes through is we're that portal, that conduit for the exchange from our higher higher selves, our Krystos selves. We can say the guardians, or whatever we want to call those beings that are ourselves at the higher planes of existence. And there's this weaving that happens, it happens at the planetary level between our light bodies that we're activating. We start to activate our light bodies, and then there's this weaving with the planet. But there's also weaving at the species level, at the human level, at the collective consciousness level. Sometimes we call that a group Merkaba or a vortex that we create. And then there's always this conduit that we make. You can literally feel the conduit, the energetic container that literally connects and plants into the crystalline core of Mother Earth, and it moves up into the vertical planes of the other dimensions. And so we don't usually find out or understand what we receive until after we received it. So we're totally in the experience of it. And it's always so much, had I had a plan, it was so much more miraculous when I look back on it and I write little summaries on the descriptions of what happened or what I thought happened or what I experienced happened. And so this is like it's always for me fresh. It's fresh, it's cutting edge, it's on the it's the energies that we need now. It's totally and at a collective level, or all these levels. So all these levels. So the more that you can just kind of sink into that and be with it, and you go on your own play, you go on your own little inner guided tour or inner guided experience, perfect. But usually what I'm speaking of is some level of activation that's occurring that you can reproduce or duplicate by listening again, whether you want to listen to it and write out the steps or whether you want to listen to it and just receive it. Because every time you listen to it, you're going to get refinement.
Yeah. So if you follow along, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Just your higher self knows exactly what you need, and just breathe, enjoy the group energy, and
Here we go.
here we go. I'm gonna share screen so you guys laugh. I put this on it because before we have these pictures of us meditating, it's just kind of embarrassing when I see them. So I'm gonna just share this real quick.
Just check your posture now. See that you're anchored in your tailbone. Maybe you wiggle your tailbone a little bit, make a little figure eight there. Weave. See that your coccyx, tailbone, spine. You even start to notice that there's already an energy there that's kind of pushing through or magnetizing your what we call the antakarana, connecting down into your root chakra. So just kind of feel and presence. Once you feel you're locked in a little bit, or you've kind of pushed through any density there that's in the antakarana between your tailbone and your root chakra, and begin to breathe. Usually we breathe into the heart or we breathe into the belly. I want you to actually breathe now into the tailbone. You may notice as you breathe into the tailbone, it begins to respond. It begins to, like, as you breathe into it, It accepts the energy, the prana, the life force, and expands slightly. And as you exhale through your tailbone, you may notice the energy pushing through. Now the energies are kind of caught. They're kind of doing their own washing, cleaning, spiraling, figure eight, pulsing. And go beyond the movement. Beneath, see if you can feel the pulse or the essence, the magnetics. It's like you dropped into the eye of a hurricane, or it's dropped into a quiet zone. You may feel the pulsing becoming more pronounced. Just begin to harmonize. You don't no longer necessary to sync your breathing, just harmonize with the pulse. Whether you feel it at your tailbone or your root. And you'll notice the pulsing has a resonant effect at your third eye and also at your crown. In fact, it has a resonant effect with your whole spine. So you may want to drop into your spine or pull back into your spine so you can kind of feel the pulses as they connect through your spine and pulse through your crown and through your third eye. Now you may feel your heart and your high heart, and there's a place between the heart and the high heart. See if you can find that place just below the thymus, above the heart, on your vertical channel. Begin to breathe into it. It's okay if you just breathe into the high heart or you breathe into the heart itself, illuminating both of those chakras. The high heart and the heart become more charged. You may notice this merge point or its own definitive, call it a chakra opening between the two. You start to feel it opening slightly. Just begin to breathe through. And you may feel that you can kind of breathe the energy up as you inhale up through your spine and through the back of this point. Or if it feels better for you just to breathe in through the front. For those of you that Presence both, just go ahead and breathe through both simultaneously. Notice as you breathe in and the energy is coming in from the back and in from the front, they create two sets of spirals, one counterclockwise and one clockwise. And you may see them as a horizontal ring that kind of goes out in front of you and around to the right and through the back. You may feel another one that's coming in through the back, through the center point, out the front and to the left. And as you breathe, you're just breathing through the center, harmonizing each current. And if you feel like one current is stronger than the other, then breathe that current. It's coming in, the current that's coming into the heart merged point. The one that's coming from the back, the spine. When they both begin to balance, it's almost like you'll settle in again, lock in. The opening of the heart, hearing the name Zeffron, Zeon, Zeffron, something. Eternal atom. You'll kind of drop into that eternal atom. It no longer feels like just a portal, but it kind of turns into more like a sphere. Keep continuing to sync with it because we're getting upgrades here. We can also say we're harmonizing, balancing the polarities, unifying into one. Our life force, this eternal atom, also kind of acts as a life force clock for all of our cells in our body. Talks to the tailbone, which kind of has a seal around it that projects around all the different cells. So by communicating through this eternal atom of our heart, we're starting to transcend time locks. Stay focused now back in your heart, your Zeffron heart. And feel the magnetism in the center. It's almost like if you were to breathe from that 0 point within the center of this Zeffron point, which kind of has a bluish hue to it with a white outer. surroundings. You start to breathe into it. You're starting to charge it. You can feel kind of like a purity there. It's no density, no space. See if you can attune into that essence of your eternal essence. As you tune in, you just kind of drop in, things slow down. Allow things, allow the energy to just slow down and relax into peace. There's like a little pulsing that's happening now. What this pulsing is doing is it's kind of communicating to the cells. It's communicating to all of your cells. Peace, relax. Allow your cells to relax. Notice how much they've been in a place of constriction. Like, what are they holding on to? Communicate to them from your heart space. It's okay to relax, to just be. Allow the warmth to move into the cells. The pulse may be staying in your heart, or it may be moving around to different chakras. Just notice how the pulse is relaxing wherever it goes, washing any holding on, any constriction, making space. And leaving this essence, just an essence of nurturance and love. And catch the fragrance of that love, the caring, how much the caring is for you, how much you're cared for. We want to sync up two things that are happening right now. One is we just want to presence the pulsing. It's in our pineal gland. It's pulsing through the brain. You may feel it through your frontal lobe. You may feel it through your parietal lobes, occipital lobe, mostly through the frontal lobes. Your sense of joy, ecstasy. Simultaneously, notice how the Zeffron point has kind of informed the heart and the high heart. So unity that's happening, merging, an expansion. Almost as the heart is kind of expanding vertically and up and down. And simultaneously, the heart is expanding left and right. You could say that our heart is forming the cross, right? This is horizontal expansion and opening and clearing and new levels of purity and essence or eternal self, the vertical channel. is merging through this Zeffron center point, eternal atom, Aton, at one minute. I keep seeing these, sometimes we see these Orthodox crosses that have the additional horizontal bar above the center point. See if you can feel that as your high heart is expanding horizontally as well. Bring your awareness back to the Zeffron point. Notice how the clockwise field that's coming in from behind you and out to the right, and the counterclockwise field that's coming in. Oh, I got it backwards. Oh, I got it right. Good. Oh, there's actually four currents here. What's happening is we're kind of creating these loops that were going horizontally around us to the right and left to kind of become spheres now. It's almost as if you were to raise your elbows up. You could put your elbows and your arms on top of the spheres, rest them. The spheres are generated from the breathing the pranayama through your Zeffron point. It's almost like the pulsing now is pulsing inside of each of the spheres, pumping them up as if you were filling them with air. But this is like a golden rich, golden, yet not heavy at all. In fact, it's light. It's almost buoyant, as if you could kind of lift you up, straighten your back, straighten your neck. Like two spheres that are kind of connected through your Zeffron heart, high heart, low heart. There's this trinity of balance, electromagnetic balance, and emerging like a transcendence from less polarity to from a higher polarity to a less polarity. You may also notice simultaneously there's the pulsing within the spheres, which have kind of turned into a infinity loop. In Buddhism, they call it a vajra. It has the effect of pulsing simultaneously energies through your antakarana upwards through your crown. So you may feel like your crown is lit up or the petals are being illuminated, and downwards through your coccyx, through your tailbone, through your root, down into the core of Mother Earth. And these pulses are moving from barely visible now to almost plasma-like, thicker, but in no way are they heavy or dense. And your whole Shushumna channel, your whole Antakarana is now becoming like a vibrant platinum glow, almost an incandescence. As you kind of lock in to the center point of all electromagnetic for all these, notice how it fills out your auric field or informs your auric field. Like filling out your auric field and informing your radial body. Your radial body would be the egg that surrounds all of your auric fields. The very high eighth dimensional electromagnetic field. It's We're tuning into and presencing and resonating with the Aton light body. For those of you that know the Aton light body, it's based upon the Ankh. But the Ankh, when activated through the movement of the electric and the magnetics, creates standing fields. Breathe into your Zeffron point. Allow your Zeffron point now to just magnetize and strengthen your Aton eternal light body. Welcome your Egyptian Akashic memories. Your high esoteric knowledge and wisdom in service to the light, service to love. And bring your awareness now to your root again and to your Antakarana. You may still see it as a white, platinum, silver white, pulsing column that's anchored you down into Mother Earth. Breathe now. Let me just describe it first. We're going to breathe into the Zeffron golden sphere. Hold the Zeffron spark. Breathing in, hold, charge, charge, charge. And then we're going to take a duplicate of that sphere and just exhale it all the way down through our Antakarana into the core of Mother Earth. And then we're going to breathe from the core of Mother Earth as she receives our eternal Zeffron spark. Let us begin. Breathing in. Hold. Feel your Zeffron spark electromagnetically grabbing the sphere and exhale. Then pushing it down to your root. through the grid, down into Mother Earth, and breathing when she's landed and received. Taking a moment to integrate. Keep breathing at the core of Mother Earth. It's almost as if the golden strands are now held within the silver white platinum Krystos consciousness of the planetary core, crystalline core. Just keep breathing with that now as you feel like that new energy that's pulsing from the core of Mother Earth is informing your root chakra. Mother Earth is now communicating this merged, unifying aspect of our light body into her crystalline core. And she in turn is harmonizing us with her, our personal grid with hers. Good. Bring the energy back up from your root around your auric field. And just feel yourself held in Mother Earth. Held in your heart, bringing your awareness back to your heart. Allow yourself to ground back into your body. Bringing your hands in Namaste. Taking a deep breath, filling your lungs. Exhaling, feeling your body again fully, slowly opening your eyes.
Mm.